Okay. You asked a question. I don't know off the top of my head. Let's figure that out. 48.
On what level is it? 42. That.
Yeah.
Honestly, I might not actually give it Flare Blitz at that point.
Back to this.
Fire Lance, Wizard. Where's Crunch? Crunch. You learn. Yes. Now we go.
So, Ice Jim, just looking at his actual team, is funny where he has 2 physical attackers and 2 special attackers. So, it comes down to, like, depending on what you value, because you could do some shenanigans. If you want to sweep through his team with the Cerulege, you could. Even the...
I will be fine with the Float Soul, because a lot of his Pokemon are kind of fat, so... we have Float Soul, and then after that, the Goldingo, or Golingo, will again also be fine. Where did...
It's up the hill.
Where did she run off to?
No, what? Hold on, because you're doing gyms in a weird order. Oh wait, when I came here, because the challenge is supposed to be up the...
Yes, but I encountered the one girl I cannot remember the name of.
Nimona! Okay, because I wasn't paying attention to the dialogue. She's around.
I think it's one of those she'll fight you after the gym.
Yeah, that's what... Because, remember, she flip-flops. Because you're ahead...
Basically, between fire, weight damage, and steel, I should be fine. The one problem is Flame Charge is really fucking weak.
Yes, but his opening Pokemon is quad weak to fire.
Now I do.
Yeah, now you do the slope run, which is up the hill. Okay, yeah, it was, I'll fight you up. Because you're ahead of the gym challenge, because I haven't defeated all the gyms. So you ended up having a... Because I'm going to get... When I go do the psychic gym, assuming they're, oh, I'll fight you
How long
after.
have we been recording the...
2.5 hours.
Okay, because if it all goes well, I might, because I'm slightly higher or leveled, or, do the rest of the cleanup, go beat the last Titan, and try to do the last, 2 Team Star bases, but the one fighting, I'm going to, wait until the end, because she gets around level 50.
55! No,
Yeah, exactly.
that was my problem!
And...
That was my problem.
And I'm in, that sort of...
You're in the loop I'm in, except
because we both did the doing a bunch of Titans out of order, though I haven't, done the one Titan, so I can still do that.
You did a Titan semi out of order to literally get climbing so you could get the stupid golden go, you cheater.
How else was I supposed to get golden go naturally?
$40 seconds. Fast. Okay.
How else are we supposed to get gold and go?
So, and I was right about something, because I looked at his team, because when I did this, I ended up sweeping his entire team. Everything sort of near, like, most of his team actually has water and ground coverage. So when I was sweeping through his team with the starter, the game was actually...
It was actually being big dumb?
No. No, because he had, like, priority and, like, Aqua Jet and shit, but it was constantly going for, like, earthquakes and stuff. But I was faster.
And it would be clicking like Earthquake because that would be a stronger
Move than Aqua Jet, yes. And then the Sea Titan couldn't defeat me, because by the time he got to, like, the Sea Titan, and I was just ripping... You're the gym leader! So Todd always holding a Pokeball. His team, like, basically I was ripping through it with the Fire Starter, and the Fire Starter has, like, the best advantage against this man. Yeah. A lot of his team...
Also, because I keep forgetting to / refuse to go buy clothes, I am up here in fucking shorts.
His team has good coverage. It's just... And I can kind of finish that thought from hours ago I never did. The Ice Gym leader in X and Y said that Ice is a unique type. Where it's like, if you beat Ice, you can absolutely destroy this type, and Ice cannot stop you from destroying it. But if you do not beat Ice can basically absolutely ruin your day, because Ice super effectively beats a lot of common types.
Holy shit, Tailwind!
Yeah.
So then at that point, I'm definitely going to freeze. That's 2.
It's 30%.
But wait, I clicked the fire move.
That's not how this works. I've been confused about that for years. That is not a mechanic in Pokemon. It is very selective moves can unthaw you. I thought for years it was fire moves can unthaw you. No, that is not a mechanic. It is very specific moves, and even...
Oh, at the same time, this is wasting the Tailwind, which is
and
good.
all the blizzards.
Which is good.
And there goes the Tailwind.
So I'm wondering if they're going to try to set it up again. Yeah.
Yeah, except you're in a funny lock where you brought a fire type, and his team effectively cannot touch you.
Especially because he is going for raw-ass blizzards. Oh, there it fucking is.
Tick, which has Aqua Jet and Earthquake.
No, I'll actually keep the current Pokemon in. I'm wondering which one the game is going to go for. Like, I try Flame Charge. Oh, it went for Earthquake! Holy shit, it lived!
Because Tick has a deep... Yep.
You know, I almost burned it. That's the funny thing. That's like the funny part. I almost burned it.
That is a risky ass swamp.
I knew it! You said it had Aqua Jet.
Because, yeah.
And now Tailwind petered out.
The reason I said risky... The reason I said risky is because the AI, like...
So that's the funny thing, because the Frostmoth has a Tailwind, I would say his team is actually mildly threatening. And then there's Sea Titan. But... Sea Titan is Sea Fat, so...
Yep.
But we resist that? Nothing.
It is literally down to the fact that you had a good enough team that the AI did prioritize Aqua Jet as a kill move. And there's the Altaria. Actually, this will be... I just thought about something. This is actually really good. Because this Altaria has some great coverage and stuff, but you've got a covert cloak, so none of the secondary effects on its moves can proc. And you can't be status, so this is actually a really good, weird matchup.
Because the two things that make him hard are, you know, stupid, like, Blizzard's 30% freeze rate, and, Tailwind. And again, that's actually a funny area where if I had had Flare Blitz, I would have killed the Beartick. Though no confusion.
You can't get confused.
Thank fuck.
That's... I wanted you to use Golden Go in this dumb way for this exact kind of... Now you just click Flash Cannon and you win. It's Ghost.
That's why I was checking.
Hurricane!
Also, man is using a fucking cheat engine. He is hitting all the Hurricanes and Blizzards roll.
You win.
I'm sorry, man activated his cheat engine. He hit Hurricane and Blizzard roll.
Reminder, the covert cloak stops secondary.
And that leads to, and you see, the funny thing is, his team as a bit of an example, if they were Eevee trained, they could actually be really, obnoxious. Because of the spamming Blizzard thing, if he had, a Pokemon that leads by setting Snow, and then after he sets Snow, that's when he goes into, a Frost Moth, or, a Sea Titan, because Sea Titan has Slush Rush. His team could actually be really obnoxious, especially because, and again, now, this is purely because of the Flame Charge being low-powered. If I had Flare Blitz, or the good middle ground Bitter Blade, it's beautiful now.
So yeah, when I go back to recording, I'm going to go kick the Psychic Gym's ass.
Basically, the Sea Titan, that thing as an example, if that was under Snow, because of Snow having the 50% defense increase and Sea Titan having a lot of HP, if that thing was Eevee trained, well, more Eevee trained, because remember, they have a bunch of HP training. Even if I had had Flare Blitz or Bitter Blade, it might
have survived, yes.
It might have actually lived.
Because Snow gives you a defense boost.
But we also have the other thing is, because of Slush Rush, it also could have just
been fast.
Just gone first and clicked Earthquake. Especially was, Ice finally getting a buff, was that 50% defense increase. If his team had actually had something set Hail at the beginning and had proper Eevee training, it would have actually been an obnoxious pain in the ass.
And it goes back to sort of the thing, which is why I like the mantra of X and Y, because Sean always goes on and on and on about, Ice types should never be a gym because Ice is too easy to beat. Except what Wilfric, I think that was his name, said was if you have the ability to beat an Ice type, you can absolutely destroy ice and it can't stop you. But if you let ice types basically get going, they are damn near impossible to stop. And because of Slush Rush, and the other thing that has retroactively, besides the Hell changed to Snow for the defense, you also have Aurora Veil.
But the problem is that there aren't a lot of Pokemon that can set that in this game. They exist, my point is there just aren't many of them.
Abomasnow can.
Yes. So if he had had that as a Hell setter, and if the game really wanted to be an asshole, it could have had a Focus Sash to make sure...
If we're doing competitive assholery to make this man's team obnoxious...
So now that I've beat, like... Yeah, Pokemon League, of course. Okay, so, we ain't gonna fuck with that, then. I guess let's go see how... Controller. Game. I guess let's go see how well we do against the one Titan, because the Dondozo's supposed to be around level 50, so...
Dondozo's last!
Supposed to be last.
Gonna go fuck with the Desert Titan. My point! If we're doing... Let's say we do the thing that everybody wants. And we have a competitively trained team for difficulty. Let's say we have a competitively trained team for difficulty. We just give Abomasnow a Focus Sash. Heavily invest in, like, HP and shit. Let it set up the Hell.
Or we don't even have to give it a Focus Sash. The Ghost Gym was a double battle. You could have his gym actually be a double battle, and he leads with, like, Sea Titan or like a Slush Rush Pokemon and Abomasnow. So with Sea Titan there getting the Slush Rush, unless you yourself have something ridiculously fast with like a Choice Scarf or whatever, the Sea Titan is most likely going to go first, and through water and ground coverage, it could outspeed and just slap your fire type with a Liquidation.
Especially if they did kind of a risky thing and set his Sea, because of Sea Titan's weird HP, and if we're doing true competitive, Sea Titan gets Belly Drum.
Now you should be fat as fuck. Oh yeah, that is fat. That is some fatness right there. Though you're also part ground, and I now know I'm faster, so would this be more effective because of the stab?
It's applicable. Only reason it...
Well, I'm close to this thing's level.
Well, the red was because they have to survive.
Yeah, I know.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, how do you feel about ice gems? I thought I would ask because over the years I've had arguments with Sean about ice gems where he basically said ice should never be a gym type because in his mind ice has too many weaknesses to be a good gym type. But I think that point from Gen 6 really does sum up the ice type perfectly. While it has a lot of weaknesses, it also beats a lot of types. Meaning, if you are not prepared, ice can basically give you a challenge simply because of how much ice beats. And I feel like most people that consider ice to be easy to beat have played Pokemon enough to know ice has a ton of weaknesses. So they always bring common weaknesses for ice types, and they never bring anything that ice is weak to, which would lead you to basically being able to beat an ice gym pretty easily. But for a first-time player that might not be familiar with Pokemon, you might have a bad advantage if you're not aware of everything Ice beats, especially because one of the types that Ice beats that's super good in a ton of scenarios is Dragon. That type seriously matches up well against so many things, but then Dragon is weak to Ice, meaning if you're not aware of that, Ice can beat Dragon, and that could catch a first-time player off guard. Ice also beats Grass, Flying, and Ground, which are all phenomenal types for different reasons, and some common types you might have. And if you're not familiar with Pokemon, you could be caught off guard, so I really do think Ice as a type is fine for a gym, especially now that they've given Ice types a lot more tools and utility. Meaning, if they really wanted to, they could create an Ice gym that's super annoying. But anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments. Or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.